Hello and welcome. I am Pink Girl Teaches, and on this channel, I talk about narcissistic abuse awareness as well as recovery. If it's your first time, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. If you find anything that I say interesting or helpful, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like, share, turn on the notifications. And if you're coming back, it's great to see you here again. I hope that you are keeping well and taking care of yourself. So today I have a new question, and the question simply is, does a narcissist obsess over who they can't have? First of all, they're crazy. Secondly, they believe that they can have whoever they want, whenever, wherever, however. That's what they think. Like, I did start by saying they're crazy, right? They think that they can have anybody that they want, and that includes you and me. Like, you know, I've said this before, that the narcissist sees us as an extension of themselves. So even when we sever ties with them and we make an effort to move on, they still think that we belong to them, which, boo, is a lie. We don't belong to you. They've, and whatever they can have, they obsess over it. So when you go no contact, um, because they're people who don't respect boundaries. They don't like limits, they don't like boundaries. And even if you reflect back to the beginning of relationships, or just even within the relationship, and you begin to tell them no, and you begin to put your foot down on certain things, it makes them angry, it infuriates them, but they test you again, and they become obsessed about being able to tackle you in that area. They want to win. Because let's face it, narcissism is about, or narcissistic abuse is really about power, control, total domination over you, over your thoughts, your mind, your will, everything. They want to be in control of you. So when you decide that you're going to move on and you're going to live your life without them, and oops, she's living her best life, and oops, he's doing it, it drives them crazy. They obsess over you because guess what? You don't need them. They like to think that they're a god and that they are our gods and we must bow down to them. Well, you see, I told you, they're crazy. Like, no, and if you play hard to get, and I don't mean hard to get as in like it's a game, because it's really not a game. Guys, this is your life. This is your, this is precious time. Every moment like that one that just went by, I can do nothing to get it back. So the more time you waste with these people, the more time you waste on your life, the more time you waste on your own desired fulfillment. And so you got to really stop playing with these fools, because you're not a fool and you don't deserve that. You deserve more. You deserve better. But they thrive on challenges. So if I think back to when I first met this narc, like, yeah, we talked a little bit or whatever, but I wasn't interested. And the mere fact that I wasn't interested was such a boost for him. Like, he became obsessed with me. Like, I mean, red carpet treatment. He had to have me. And once he had me, he maintained that facade for quite a while. But once the devaluation started, that's when I started saying, okay, something's not right here. And we ended quickly after that. But that's how they are, what they can have, they obsess over it. And it's insane. So even when you go no contact, think about it though. When you go no contact and you start seeing them create fake accounts, when you start seeing them call from a text app number, from a bunch of different phone numbers, like, who has time for this? They will make up fake numbers over and over and over again just to get in touch with you. Like, that's crazy. But sometimes they really do go for a long period of time without really trying to interact with you or try to say anything to you. But some people actually do find it like a bit of a compliment when the narcissist does this. I want to remind you that they are crazy. There is nothing to be happy about. There's nothing to be proud about. There's nothing about this that should make you say, "Oh, he wants me," and you've got a one up on him or whatever, or the new supply. Don't ever look at it like that, because like I said, these people are crazy, they're toxic, they're dangerous, and he means you or she means you no good whatsoever. So like, literally, it's like putting, you don't waste your time. That's all I'm trying to say, is like, it's not good for you. is detrimental to your overall well-being, and these things actually do affect people's health. I remember I used to get a bunch of migraines when I was with the narc. Like, I would have migraine after migraine. Ask me how many I've had since. Not even a single one. I may have a headache here and there, but it's not a migraine. And there are many people who have experiences like that. So you don't need that. Like, when they're obsessing over you, chances are that they're devaluing their current supply, or whoever's in rotation at that time. And it's not pretty for them. The more you deny them, the more you say no, the more it intrigues them. I giggle because it just reminded me, like, I don't post anything really personal on my Facebook, right? Because it's public, and I do want to keep some parts of my life private. However, every now and then I share little bits of my life, my intimate life, well, not too intimate, but my personal life in my story. And I used to leave that public. And I was shocked because somebody called me and she was like, listen, so and so, and the narc is so and so. No, she said that the narc's supply, his forever supply, was asking if I would block him and or make my page private. Why? First of all, why would I block an account that I don't even know that's monitoring me? Like, what are you talking about? I didn't know what account he was because I never knew him to be on social media. I know he wasn't on social media. But this is the things that they do. I've denied him access to me, and repeatedly, he stalks. Um, but I've done certain things. I've moved away, changed my number, I've changed routines, so he doesn't know where to find me. That's how I choose to protect myself, as well as not try to avoid him, period, because sometimes you do run into them in the store and stuff. I did run, one time I pulled up at a traffic light and he was right next to me, so I just backed down, backed away a bit. He didn't see me, thankfully, because I know he'd have followed me. But these things happen. But don't be obsessed over the fact that they're obsessing over you, because them obsessing over you just means they want to come and cause some more havoc in your life. There's nothing to gain there whatsoever. So those are my thoughts. What do you think? Has a narcissist ever obsessed over you? Have you witnessed it? And just, let's talk in the comments and share your thoughts with me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, take care of yourself and take care of each other.